In warfare, there's something called deterrence, or you can call it the deterrence equation. What it essentially means is that the principle of do me, I do you. The principle of if you are able to hurt me, I must hurt you back, or at least demonstrate a clear capacity to be able to hurt you back. So, the implication of being able to deter an opponent is that you are able to modulate the behavior of that opponent such that before you do me harm, before you hurt me, be careful, think carefully, and be able to, to as in to essentially estimate all or almost all of my ability to be able to hurt you in return. That way, you will ensure that it is either you do not hurt me or you are able to stop my ability to be able to hurt you back. Or if I must hurt you back, you are able to stomach or accommodate the hurt I can do back to you. Let me give you a classic example before we go into the details of the deterrence equation vis-a-vis this current Iran versus America war. A classic example of how deterrence works is the idea of countries having nuclear weapons. You see, one of the advertised reasons why America and Israel keep going after the military jugular of Iran is that Iran at least has the demonstrated ability to be able to manufacture nuclear weapons. Now, America, Israel, and the European allies, among other countries, have a vested interest in ensuring that Iran does not just have the ability to manufacture nuclear weapons. They want that Iran does not even have the ability to be able to manufacture the materials that they can use to manufacture nuclear weapons. Why? Because the moment Iran has nuclear weapons, the deterrence equation in the Middle East will change. How will it change? Although Israel has refused to deny or admit that it has nuclear weapons, the world, essentially every country that matters and every international organization that is involved, knows clearly that Israel has nuclear weapons. Experts say between 200 to 300, 400 individual nuclear bombs. As things are currently, Israel is the only country in the Middle East that has the nuclear bomb. Now, because of that, Israel is able to use the fact that it is the sole nuclear power in the Middle East to deter the other countries around it, to modulate the other countries around it, to cow them, to make them fear, to essentially exact, state and individual behavior from them that emanates from the fear of Israel being able to, even as a last resort, use its nuclear weapons against them. However, Iran is the only country that currently has at least what is called a nuclear breakout capacity, the capacity to be able to quickly turn whatever it has as its current nuclear materials into, according to experts, between 10 to 16 nuclear bombs. Now, the moment Iran is able to manufacture even a few nuclear bombs, 10 to 16 compared to Israel's 200 to 400, it means that the deterrence equation, at least in the Middle East, has changed. It means there is now a do me, I do you capacity between Iran and Israel. And it means, at least with respect to nuclear weapons, it means there will now be two and not one single nuclear power in the Middle East. That is the ostensible reason why America and Israel have a vested interest and have been committing massive resources in men, materials, and military weapons to ensure that Iran does not just have the ability to have nuclear weapons, but is not even able to make the materials that it needs to be able to manufacture nuclear weapons. So that is a classic example of the deterrence equation. In subsequent videos after this, we are going to be explaining to us how in different scenarios in the course of this Iran versus America war, you know, the deterrence equation has played out between America and Israel on one side and Iran on the other side. Remember, the example we give here, to illustrate the nuclear equation has to do with nuclear weapons. Now, there are several other examples that have occurred in the past 3 weeks, going into the fourth week, of this Iran versus America war. See you in the next video. But before then, please remember to like, remember to follow, remember to share, remember to comment, and please ask your questions. I will gladly answer them. See you in the next video.